Hey guys, it's Darwin. So today I wanted to talk about a couple of serious topics. Number one, how the Appalachian Trail ruined my life for the better, and how to deal with post-trail depression. Alright, so I joke a lot of times with people on how the AT ruined my life. And so I kind of wanted to, talk about that and kind of tell you what that means to me. Number one, Snuggles and I came from a small town in Indiana. We had a house. We had been married 8 years at that point. We owned a house for about 5 years. We both had careers, and we were kind of getting bored. On the weekends, we would do a lot of traveling. We would go backpacking or hiking. I raced triathlon at the time, but we were constantly going to other places and not really enjoying the house that we had and the conventional life that we were living. So we decided to set out and hike the Appalachian Trail to get a change of scenery. Now, obviously, it was a huge culture shock of going from working the 9 to 5 every single day, doing the same thing, coming home, making dinner, watching TV, and going to bed like the typical average American does, and going out to the Appalachian Trail where we weren't on a certain schedule. We were in nature. We could eat what we wanted. We were seeing different things. We were sleeping in a new place every night. We were eating breakfast in a new place every morning. So it ended up being one of the greatest things that we had ever done in our entire lives. Out of all of the years that I raced triathlon, out of all of the places that I visited and traveled, I've never had a better experience in my life than the experiences that I had on the Appalachian Trail. As a lot of hikers are nearing the end of their hike, all they're wanting to do is get back to normal life and stop hiking. Number one, after a while, it kind of becomes, like a job. You're doing the same thing every day, so you kind of want to change a pace. But I can tell you firsthand experience, when you get off of the trail, it's all you think about from there on out. So you've spent 4 to 6 months doing this amazing adventure, meeting new people, seeing amazing things, and doing something different every single day. And then you're kind of thrown back into society and back into that normal life. And for most of us, it's pretty hard to digest going from this exciting, adventurous life to this kind of boring 9 to 5 typical life that at one time was fine, but now since you've experienced something better, it kind of makes everything else seem like a drag. So what are some of the ways that the AT has ruined my life? Number one, going back to a 9 to 5 job doesn't give me the mental and physical challenges that I experienced while doing a thru hike. The great thing about doing a thru hike is every day you're getting up and you're hiking and you're climbing mountains and you're seeing these amazing views, and at the end of the day, when you're tired and you're hungry, you feel like you've accomplished something. You've hiked 15 to 20 miles up and down mountains. You've met new people. You've seen new things. So you feel super accomplished. The problem with that 9 to 5 job is at the end of the day, after I get done working, I don't feel like I've seen anything. I don't feel like I've made a difference in my life. I don't feel accomplished. Now, obviously, it's great to have money, to save up money so I can do future trips and stuff. But there's this little bit of piece missing, right? So you go 4 to 5 months kind of having all of this adventure and all of these great accomplishments to kind of this boring, I didn't really do much today. Yeah, I helped people and I talked to people and I made other people's lives better, but I didn't make my own life better. So there's this weird lack of accomplishment from that day-to-day routine. Number two, I want to keep moving. Again, 4 to 6 months, every single day moving, never sleeping in the same spot, never waking up in the same spot, never eating dinner in the same spot. It is really hard to go to the same place every day and come back to the same place every day after you get off of a trail like the Appalachian Trail. You want to keep moving, which is why most people that do thru hikes continue to do other thru hikes or do some sort of traveling. It's why Snuggles and I are renovating a travel trailer, moving into it, and hitting the road again at the end of this year because we want to keep moving. So it's really hard to stay still and just kind of accept that that's life. I kind of drive myself nuts sometimes, and it's why I do so many trips. It's why I did the Arizona Trail in October. It's why I'm going to do this section of the Continental Divide Trail next week. It's why I'm going out to hike the PCT next month, because I need to keep moving. I kind of have this desire inside of me that wants to see new things every day and have new experiences, and it's really hard to do that when you're in the same place. Things moving too fast. So one of the huge things that most hikers notice when they return to civilization is everything's on a schedule, and traffic's moving fast, and time, and you're working, and the time's going. When you're on the trail, time moves at a natural pace. It's slow. You enjoy your day. You have these long days. And then whenever you get back into civilization, everything's fast moving. You know, it happened to us when we got off of the AT in 15 and when we got off the AT in 16 instantly, getting in a car and driving, everything was too fast. And that's still true to today. A lot of times, like, I just want to slow down and I want to enjoy my day. And everything around me is moving so fast and people are so go. And it's hard to make that adjustment to get back into that. You've kind of put your body in this natural time zone, and then you're kind of thrown back into this super fast-paced society. So that's really hard to deal with too. And then another big one that I've noticed and I've heard other people talk about is it's really hard to relate to people when you get off the AT, unless it's hikers. You spend 4 to 6 months around like-minded people every day, people doing the same thing that you're doing, trying to accomplish the same goal that you're trying to accomplish. So whenever you come back to society and you're at work and you're talking to the people that have never experienced things like that, it's really hard to talk to people. You feel like you can't really connect with anybody because you have all these great massive experiences and these horrible stories of being tired and cold and wet, and these great stories of climbing this mountain and seeing this amazing view. And it doesn't matter who you tell it to and how you tell it to them, they'll never understand it because they weren't there. So it's a really hard thing to deal with. And a lot of times I feel like I am kind of disconnected from people because I still feel like I live in that world inside my head. And I'm constantly planning new trips to continue to see things like that. And everyone around me that's kind of stuck in that 9 to 5 doesn't know that feeling. So it's really hard to relate that to people. They just don't understand. And nothing against, other people. It's just whenever you're on the trail and you're talking to people that are like-minded, they get it, they know it. Or whenever you run into someone in civilization that's done a Thru-Hike, they get it, they know it. But your typical person that's never experienced that, it's really hard to have a conversation. And it's also kind of hard to turn that off. It's really hard for me to kind of have a conversation with somebody without including something about Thru-Hiking, without something about the Appalachian Trail. I kind of can't start a conversation without it. It's kind of ingrained into me, and I kind of have to talk about it. I have to let it out. So it's hard to make those connections with people. All right, so all of these things connect to something that you'll hear a lot of people talk about, and that is post-trail depression. Post-trail depression is very real. So all of these things that I'm talking about kind of just build up, and it kind of makes you depressed. Whenever you're not out in nature and you're not on a trail, you kind of feel alone and you feel lost. And the reason is again, because you can't connect with anybody. You can't share those experiences. And once you've been in nature and you've experienced this amazing journey, getting taken out of it, it's depressing, man. It's really depressing. So do I have it? Yeah. Any hiker that is not hiking and is not on a trail right now that says that they don't have post-trail depression, I think they're lying. I think that everybody has it. It's just something that becomes a part of you, and it feels like home. When I see pictures of the Appalachian Trail, or even when I make these videos for you guys, me talking about it, I feel like I'm at home. I feel like I'm at home because I can share my experiences and I can relive those things through story and video and pictures. It makes me feel home. So when I'm not doing that, I'm homesick. and that's a form of depression. So post-trail depression is very real, and most all of us go through it. How do you cope with it? Hike. Get it out, talk, make videos. You know, one of the ways that I've been able to deal with post-trail depression after 2015, when me and Snuggles had to get off of the trail early, was making these videos and starting this YouTube channel. Without starting this channel, I don't know how I would have dealt with my post-trail depression. Having you guys subscribe to my channel and watching my videos has really helped me get over that and be able to talk about my experiences. So I thank you guys for helping me deal with my post-trail depression. And I definitely still have it. So, you know, again, that's why I'm going out to do this Continental Divide trail hike. It's why I'm going to go hike the PCT to deal with my post-trail depression. It's why I do, you know, at least once or twice a week, I put on a fully loaded pack. A fully loaded pack, even if I'm not going anywhere, and I go for a day hike with a full pack on to deal with that depression. So it's a real thing. It does exist. If you're planning on doing a through hike, just know that you will probably deal with some yourself, and there's ways to cope with it. Definitely get connected with other hikers, you know, share some media, relive those experiences, because it's terrible and it can definitely put you down. Alright guys, so hopefully you enjoyed this video. Do you have post-trail depression? Have you done a hike? Are you worried about it? Leave me some comments in the comment box below and tell me what you think. If you haven't got a chance yet, go over and check me out on Instagram. I've been posting a lot of new photos. Plus, I'll be posting a photo a day from my section hike of the CDT next week. So make sure that you're over there following me so you can check out all those awesome photos. Go ahead and like or dislike this video. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And as always, guys, thanks for watching.